accepting that you have the power, you have the choice. It's really important. I was listening to Harry Potter on Audible with my oldest daughter a while ago, and I like stopped it. I'm like, what the heck? That was profound. And there was this quote by Dumbledore. So Harry it's in the Goblet of Fire, and Harry has just been portkeyed back. Apologies if no one's watched this or listened to this before, but so Harry's just been transported back by portkey. He's seen Cedric Diggory be he's been killed by Voldemort, this evil guy, and he's come back and he's in a terrible state, and Professor McGonagall is like, come with me, Harry, you've got to go upstairs, you've had a really tough time, this has been terrible. And Dumbledore puts his foot down. He's like, no, Minerva. And he's like vicious. He's like, no, the boy must understand, and blah, 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 because understanding is the first step to acceptance. And without acceptance, there would be no recovery. I was just like, whoa, hang on a second. Whoa, that was deep.
I have never picked that up.
Oh man, I love it. But really, you've got to understand, if you want recovery, let's go backwards. If you want recovery, well, you need acceptance. And if you want acceptance, you got to have understanding. So understanding the root cause and accepting that you are the way you are and you have a choice, it allows you to have recovery. But unless you have, if you have no acceptance, you're just you're blindfolded. You're going through life. So accepting that you have a choice, accepting that you have an ability is the first step to recovery. But you still might be overwhelmed, or maybe you're underwhelmed. Won't go into this now, but we've all got challenges. Challenges are super important. Without challenges, challenges lead to growth. It's just whether or not we've got the capacity to meet the demands of the challenges in our life. And when I say capacity, I mean like resources, skills, tools, support, physiological function, absence of disease and illness, all that sort of stuff. If you've got the right level of challenge in your life, and if you've got just the right amount of capacity, then you can sit into flow. But when your challenge is high and your capacity is low, which might be the case for some of you, you're going to be overwhelmed. Conversely, if you've got heaps of capacity, heaps of tools, heaps of skills, heaps of resources, heaps of support, but you don't have much challenge in your life, you're going to sit in underwhelm. And those things lead to different stuff. that was good wording. Overwhelm leads to burnout, and underwhelm leads to bore out. And that's an actual scientific thing. Bore out and burnout have almost the same physiological effects. But sometimes you feel like you might be forcing it. You might be jamming square pegs into round holes in your life. You're trying to push, doing things that you really find hard and you can't. Sometimes you feel like you're floundering and sinking in the mud, and you just, no matter how much you struggle, you sink and you're just not making any progress. You might be living in fantasy land. You're like, if I just think positive and I have a positive mental attitude, then I'll achieve all the things that I want to achieve. And if I just wake up in the morning and slap a smile on my face, all these issues, well, they'll still be there, won't they? Oh, hang on, wait, I need to wake up from my fantasy. Or you reach for the chocolate and enjoyment rather than doing the things you need to do in order to get what you want to get. Well, sometimes you can kick back your feet and find that you're living in flow. Won't go into that right now. But accepting and understanding that this is where I am, this is what I want, knowing that you need answers, knowing that you need help, knowing that you need a chat phone, it's the first step. It's the first step to understanding and recovery.